Hello there, everyone. Art Burns here. Hope you're all doing well today. I hope that you're handling the emotions that are associated with all that's going on in a positive and healthy way, and not in the fear-based and really stress-inducing way that is really quite dangerous at this point. You know, it's really easy to settle into the fear-based thoughts and the emotions that go with them, and not far from that, not far behind all those thoughts and emotions is the stress response, which puts your body into a state of reactivity and sort of survival mode, which makes the most difficult situations makes them more difficult and makes it all more challenging. So a lot of what I talk about here, and especially in the last few days, is acceptance, right? And when we can develop a level and an attitude of acceptance, this is one of the ways in which we can sort of neutralize some of these fear-based thoughts, right? Because if you accept something, it's not as you're not as likely to be afraid of that thing, right? And so a close friend of mine the other day posted something on Facebook about something that's really associated with acceptance and kind of one of the pitfalls that acceptance allows us to avoid. And what he was talking about was how we compare ourselves to one another, right? Or how we compare ourselves to other people specifically. And first of all, this is not a basic human instinct, right? It's not. There's no, when we're babies, we don't do that, right? It's something that's kind of, impressed upon us by societal norms and advertising and all this kind of stuff, And the problem with it, though, is that, very rarely when we compare ourselves to others, are we going to compare ourselves and feel better about ourselves. Most often we're going to compare ourselves and see those things in which we don't add up to people, right? And specifically now, when we're stuck inside, most of us, and we're, probably spending a lot more time on Facebook than we normally do, we're going to see other people's lives. We get these little glimpses of other people's lives, and we're going to, make assumptions based on those glimpses, and we're likely to sort of compare ourselves to those people. Like, am I doing enough crafts with my kids? Am I, doing enough, fun stuff, to keep myself through this thing? What am I doing what am I not doing that other people are doing, right? And so a lot of the practices that I give you in these little videos here, and also in my podcast, actually all of the videos are geared towards developing a sense of awareness, okay, a non-judging moment-to-moment awareness, right? And when we can have that, there's lots of science behind the fact that cultivating this moment-to-moment non-judging awareness brings us into the present moment and alleviates a lot of those fear-based thoughts, because most of the time, whatever it is that we're fearing is not something that's happening right now, and that's where the stress comes from. And again, that only makes the situation that we're struggling with only makes it much more challenging. And so one of the things that this awareness kind of develops into is a sense of emotional intelligence. And one of the very important parts of emotional intelligence is understanding our motivations. So as you practice some of these little practices that I give you, and I hope you're doing them, you're going to again sort of develop a stronger and more vivid sense of your self-awareness. And so while you're doing these practices, keep an eye out for yourself, for any thoughts that you have of comparing yourselves to others, right? And when you find yourself comparing yourself to others, what you want to do is you want to just stop for a moment, take a pause and really just breathe awareness into your body. Just get into your body. Feel the bottoms of your feet on the floor. Feel your butt in the chair beneath you. Feel that, close your eyes and notice the color of the light coming through your eyelids, right? Focus your attention on your breathing as your abdomen rises and falls, or your chest rises and falls, or the air coming in and out of your nose or your mouth. Do one of these things for a few minutes, and this will help to reset your thought pattern and get you off of this thought of comparing yourself to others, because I guarantee you almost every single time this is going to get you into a place that's going to result in the stress response in your body, and that's only going to make you more fearful and more comparative and more feel more isolated and all kinds of stuff that's really not going to help you right now. So if you'd like any more information about some of these very simple practices, we're talking about a few minutes every day, please hit me up with a comment below, send me a direct message, let's talk, and let me get you started on some of this stuff. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. I wish you well. Stay safe, stay sane, and wash your hands. I'll be back again tomorrow. Take care.